Hello everybody. This is the LG Tribute 2 from Boost Mobile. So I did an unboxing of this about a week ago and here is my review video. So again, I showed you the design in the unboxing, but after using the device, the phone is very comfortable to hold. It's a good size. The back button I'm still not quite used to, but it's there, and I'm sure after using it, from what I hear from other people, you do get used to it. So this is an excellent phone. I mean, design-wise, it looks good too. I mean, it's pretty stylish. So that is the design, and let's just go over some specs quick before we start. So this phone has a 1900 milliamp hour battery, which seems to last a long time. It's been all on for a long time today as I was testing it, and it's at 95% still. So also it has a 4.5 inch IPS display, 5.1 Android 5.1, and a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor, 8 gigabytes of memory built in, but 3.6 are free. As for a micro SD card, we'll look. Yes, there is a micro SD card slot. And what else? We have 1 gigabyte of RAM. It has LTE. And is it LTE enhanced? Let's look at the box quick. I don't remember seeing that. No, I don't believe it is. And then what else do we have? 5 megapixel camera with a flash, but no autofocus or tap to focus. I'll get into that later. Also VGA front-facing camera. So those are the specs, and now we will get into the review. So let's see. Alright, so here, first of all, let's talk about the knock code, which I mentioned in the unboxing. What the knock code is you can tap to unlock in this little box. So mine is doot, and that unlocks it. So it's basically split in quadrants, and that is how you choose the patterns. So it's not really a pattern, but it's kind of similar. So that is what that is, because we had left that open-ended in the unboxing. Alright, so texting, I had no problems with texting. Let me just get into a message here so I don't show people's numbers. Alright, so here's this. I actually changed away from the LG keyboard because I could not stand it. Never got anything right, and I'm coming from a smaller phone, so I am not a very good typer in general on these bigger phones, just because I'm not used to where the buttons are. But I will say the LG keyboard was very bad. I didn't like it, so I switched to the Google keyboard, which was also installed. So the Google keyboard is swipe capable. That's the number spot. That is really cool how this keyboard is swipe capable. Alright, see, that was pretty bad. Swore I spelled swipe wrong, I bet, because I tried to do an Y instead of an I. Alright, well, anyway, that is that, and then also typing is good. The quick brown fox is cool, and it almost got it. So, again, it's very responsive. I like the keyboard. Texting, didn't have a problem with that. It's not the greatest. I mean, I come from an iPhone, and it's very smooth. But this one is not as smooth as an iPhone, or as my phone, as a more expensive phone, put it that way. But it does work, and it seemed to handle messages alright. So, let's just, oops, I'm going to show off messages, so let's get out of there. Alright, so again, really no complaints as long as you switch to the Google keyboard. Alright, so web. Let's go to the web here. We have Boost Mobiles. Let me exit all these tabs and go back to the web. It's pretty quick at loading, so let's run to PhoneDog. Okay, that was horrible, but Google, thanks to its predictions, got it. So again, this is pretty quick. I am not on LTE anymore because my plan ended before I got to film this. So that is sad. But again, pinch to zoom is pretty responsive. Really, that's not even an indicator of how good a phone is anymore because this is an $80 phone. or $99 phone, and pinch to zoom is fine on it. So again, but the browser did seem to be pretty quick. See, sometimes it freezes up there, and that's always true, so that's annoying. But again, it's a pretty cheap phone, so that's to be expected. So now what I'm going to show you is, in the new version of Android, these Chrome tabs actually show up as different windows. So that is how you'd switch tabs, is just by clicking on this, and it shows them as different separate apps. So something else I want to show you guys is in settings. I showed you the knock code. I was going to show you that later, but I showed you early. And also, someone asked about whether you can change the home button layout, and you can. So, home touch buttons, button combinations. So, let's see. You can actually swipe. Or how does this work? Oh, okay. So, you can actually put in extra buttons. I didn't realize that. So, I can put in a quick memo button. Wow, I can have all of them. And you can change the layout, and so that is pretty cool. So let's just add notifications over here. Or what is that, the notification bar? Alright, well, we'll try that. Oh, and then color, we'll make it white. You can see it changed to white and added this, which pulls down that. So, there, yes, you can change the home buttons. So that's really cool. And then also this thing actually goes away in some apps. I'll show you later in games. It disappears. To get it back, you just swipe up. Okay, not there, but you swipe up and it comes back. So it's nice because it makes the screen bigger. So that is that. Also, this phone has about 3.6 gigs of space. I told you that. Has 5.1.1 Android. And games. We're going to check out Minion Rush, because it was on the top, it was number 2 or something on the top free games in the Play Store. So, first time I loaded it, it was a bunch of video and stuff I couldn't really skip through. So I'm hoping I can just show you. But everything was smooth. I mean, not perfect. But, okay, yes, continue. But, again, we're not looking for perfect. This is a cheap phone. Okay, see, so it's all this video stuff, like, just get me to the game. So it's basically this game. I mean, this game's been made a million times for a million different purposes. Okay, poor Minion. Alright, so you can see that's the game, and you can also see the buttons disappeared, so we just swipe up from the bottom, and then we get that. And that's not my end button. Gonna get rid of that app there. Alright, so that is games. Now we're going to go to the camera, which is the main downside to this phone. Hello, everybody. Let's see, let's switch it. I don't like watching myself, but let's grab a bottle. Got this from the Coke factory in Atlanta. Alrighty, so there is no tap to focus. So most phones would be able to focus on this, but instead we get a blurry photo. That's not just the camera, that is blurry. So now let me show you the difference here. Let me just grab my iPhone and show you in here the difference we can get in this photo. That one wasn't very good. There we go. Alright. And here, this one is just crystal clear. So, again, that's the kind of thing. I mean, that's not a hard picture to take, and it should turn out clear, but of course we have no focusing whatsoever, which is really, really a downside for the camera. Let me find some other pictures I took outdoors. Here's my table out on my balcony that I was writing these at. That's not a bad picture. Again, color in it is pretty bad. Let's see. Here's a mug. Again, this is blurry. And my selfies. Trying out that camera. Again, that's not a very good picture either. It's very, very grainy. And I mean, you don't need super quality selfies, but you need them to look like you, somewhat. So, again, here's just outside off my balcony, and it's not very clear at all. And colors do not stand out either. So camera quality is, in general, very poor. So that is a huge downside for this phone. And And let's move on to Quadrant now. And I will run a benchmark. So I did make phone calls on here. Phone calls sounded great. I have no complaints. I could hear the other person fine. They could hear me. And we'll just wait for it to go through this. These tests take a lot less time than they used to on some of those old phones, that's for sure. I guess I'll start talking about overall as the ambulance goes by. Overall, for the $100, this phone is okay, but really I would get a different one. This camera's a big negative. I mean, if you can't take any good pictures, well, I mean, I need my camera. I don't know about you guys. 14,007, that's a pretty good score. 14,207, sorry. So, again, this is a $100 phone, and remember when a really expensive phone used to be, you know, getting a couple thousand, if that? It's amazing how fast this stuff comes along. The CPU got, well, a big score. But anyway, so, I mean, this camera's not even decent. I mean, for me personally, I would not get a phone that has this bad of a camera. So up to you, but I would not go for this phone. I would go for something else, something with autofocus, something that, I mean, if you're really only going to spend $100, that is, I mean, this phone's not bad, I guess, if you do not care about a camera at all. I mean, it's not going to be as perfectly smooth as a more expensive phone, but I mean, that's fine. It's $100. So, that being said, I would go for something else. It's just not good enough even to be worth my $100. Again, also not as smooth as some others. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page, facebook.com/funzero1. You can ask me any questions there, send me messages, post on my wall, tell me about new phones that came out that I haven't noticed. Tell me your opinions on these phones while I'm reviewing them or after. I mean, comment on the reviews. Anything you want. Again, facebook.com/funzero1. I love to have you guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, or likes on there, I should say. And then also please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps a lot. So thanks a bunch. Bye.